Hiking can seem like a relatively sedate hobby in a world of intense sports. If that's your viewpoint, these 10 climbs could convince you otherwise. These treacherous paths often put even the most experienced outdoor enthusiasts to the test, leaving many of them breathless, sometimes permanently. They range from steep mountainside to scorching desert valleys. We'll watch the top 10 most hazardous nature hikes in the world with you in this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Looking forward to your comments on the matter. The timid should avoid this treacherously tight route. The final half-mile of the 5-mile trail climbs nearly 1,400 feet over a slick sandstone spine that drops down hundreds of feet on each side, despite the fact that the path is well maintained and even paved in some spots. In only the last 10 years, several individuals have died after falling while attempting to go to the formation's 5,700-foot pinnacle. "It frightened the crap out of me," remarked a seasoned hiker. The trek up China's magnificent Mount Hua will have you squeezing across cramped wooden boards thousands of feet in the air, making it arguably the most extreme hiking experience ever created by man. Any mistakes you make now are probably going to be your last. If you fall, there are no nets or guardrails to catch you. But you'll also have to clamber up creaky ladders, hold onto shaky cables, and navigate incredibly vertical steps that would make even experienced mountaineers queasy with fear. Even worse, as it typically runs in both directions, you'll have to squeeze past hikers returning from the 7,000-foot top of South Peak. You'll be lucky to leave with your life, let alone clean pants, if there are any snowstorms or severe winds thrown in from time to time. Surprisingly, not much equipment is needed to complete this walk. You can reach the top and return in under a day, and Chinese college students frequently take on the task while wearing t-shirts and trainers. Warm clothing, grippy gloves, and hiking boots wouldn't hurt to have, though. The King's Little Pathway began as a network of paths in the El Chorro Canyon for staff members of a local hydroelectric facility. It is now a strong candidate for the title of most perilous walk in the world. These 3-foot-wide roads are now made of crumbling concrete that is only tenuously supported by rusted beams due to years of neglect. Although the 2-mile route is lined with safety wire, it is anything from secure. If you go, be ready to test your balance on single beams sticking out 350 feet over the El Chorro River and past 10-foot-wide gaps in the walkway. Although you won't need much equipment for this walk, rock climbing expertise is necessary. The trail will eventually be renovated by the Spanish government to improve safety and accessibility for casual hikers. One of the most breathtaking hikes in the world, according to many, is this one to Nepal's shore. Additionally, it's one of the most dangerous. "Don't look down," is the catchphrase in this situation. The trek leads you 4,000 feet above a lethal tide over rocky seaside cliffs. Once more, there are no guardrails in this area to prevent you from falling into the waves. To keep you on your toes, there is enough of slick dirt, hairpin bends, and the occasional unexpected downpour. The 11-mile track is easily hiked in a single day, allowing you to see the stunning Pacific sunset. Just remember to pack your nerve, rain gear, and hiking boots. Those who succeed in getting to the summit are, of course, rewarded with breathtaking panoramic views of the canyon below. Bring your hiking boots, enough water, and sunscreen if you decide to go on this desert trip. The Swiss invented this life-threatening walk by taking a steep slope and covering it with damp grass. If you make a mistake here, you'll fall hundreds of feet down rocky hillsides. The few hikers who were brave enough to undertake it described it as the most terrifying hiking they had ever done. Those who are considering hiking might wish to wear footwear with studs. In addition, WENDENSTOCK offers some of the world's most challenging rock climbing on its cliffs. If you've ran out of other things to climb, only tackle that. Do not mistakenly believe that this walk would be like a relaxing walk on the beach. Some of the world's worst terrain may be found on this 48-mile Pacific Coast track. You should proceed with caution in the trail's coastal sections because a rogue wave or a high tide might leave you stranded. You will have to descend slender wooden ladders and traverse vast chasms using decrepit bridges and boardwalks in the woods sections. A campground is a good place to spend the night, but be careful where you keep your food. Grizzly bears, wolves, and cougars are all over the trail. Additionally, the weather is usually unfavorable, frequently pouring inches of rain in a matter of hours. This journey has never been finished by an uninjured hiker. You'll need a whole set of equipment if you plan to hike here for more than a day, including food, water, backpack, first aid kit, boots, rain gear, bear spray, maps, and a very robust tent. Additionally, you'll need to obtain a hiking permit long before your trip because it's necessary for overnight stays on the path. Half Dome is unquestionably the hardest walk in a park filled with difficult ones. You will gain more than 4,500 feet to almost 9,000 feet above sea level throughout the 16-mile climb. The last 400 feet to the peak necessitate using a vertical cable route to ascend the slick face of the dome, as if the treacherous trail up the granite mountain wasn't dangerous enough on its own. The top also regularly experiences afternoon thunderstorms, which have killed almost as many hikers as they have from falls. The view from the summit is the only thing that is more enthralling than the weather. You'll need the following items for this climb: a permission to climb the cable path, plenty of water and food, incredibly gripping shoes, extremely grippy gloves, and all of the above. Make sure you apply early because permits are awarded by lottery 2 days beforehand. Depending on the weather, the cable trail is only accessible throughout the summer, from mid-May until October. The Grand Canyon is home to some of America's most magnificent beauty. Along with steep terrain, it has hot desert weather. A rim-to-rim climb takes 24 miles, involves height changes of more than 4,000 feet, and involves considerable temperature fluctuations. On the rim, may be a chilly 39 degrees, but by the time you reach the canyon below, it may be 110 degrees. Choosing which path to follow at the south rim is another issue. Choose the Bright Angel Trail for a longer, more picturesque climb if you want to avoid the South Kaibab, which has experienced the most heat-related fatalities of any trail in the park. In any case, it will be scorching. Due to winter restrictions along the North Rim, rim-to-rim trek is only feasible from mid-May to early November. Hikers advise avoiding the midsummer months of June, July, and August. You'll need your standard camping supplies for this trek, as well as lots of water, a water filter or purifier, and protective clothes to protect your skin from the sun. In order to camp overnight in the canyon, you must also get a permission. To complete this walk in a single day requires the most extreme and reckless hikers. The 19-mile circle that traverses 2 mountain valleys is arguably the most beautiful trek on this list, but it still requires a lot of hiking grit. The journey climbs and descends are another 3,800 vertical feet after starting off at just about 7,000 feet above sea level. It would be an understatement to say that this is bear territory. Park rangers advise carrying a bear bell to frighten off grizzlies and black bears off the route. The route also passes through a range of landscapes, including ice, swamps, meadows, alpine forests, and boulder fields. Even in the midst of July, there is snow in some places along the route. Trekking poles are advised in addition to the standard camping equipment. The path may be finished in 1 day by experienced hikers, but most people need 2 or 3 days. Grand Teton National Park, like other national parks, needs a permit for overnight camping. One of the well-known 14 Ers peaks that rise to a height of 14,000 feet is Long's Peak. It should come as no surprise that it is the tallest mountain in Rocky Mountain National Park and the one that hikers and climbers most want to reach. The Keyhole route, which is only a genuine walk from around July to September, is the most popular approach to the top. Due to snow and ice the remainder of the year, climbing the peak necessitates complete mountaineering gear. A Class 3 climb, the Keyhole route is 8 kilometers long. It requires extensive maneuvering across slippery rocks and sheer granite cliffs, as well as surviving a 5,000-foot elevation shift from the trailhead, for those who attempt to trek it. Mountain storms may be problematic. Take the essentials, including food, water, first aid supplies, hiking boots, ponchos, and a rope, if you decide against bringing climbing equipment. This summit can be climbed without a permission, but it will take a lot of willpower. See you in a new video. Goodbye.